was going to say, when you said it's story of the woman had her son at the hospital. So basically, I was going to say the mental and the physical state of is main part of our success. Yeah.
It's a
So in my
factor,
case,
yes.
I think I put in after the time because it's one of the important parts for success because mentally could be changed at any circumstance.
Yes.
The question is, how could we improving our mentally health for success, but any circumstance is happening suddenly and we are out of control?
How could you just say that again, please? The last part.
How could how could we improve our mental health when you're
Yes.
facing any sudden circumstance happens and that could be sometimes distress our life
Yes.
mentally health. So how
That's
could
a
we
really
improving that time?
that's a fantastic question, Rakib. Thank you so much for asking it. I think it's one of the most important questions for the time in which we're living. The coronavirus has affected all our mental health, all our mental well-being. And sometimes our mental well-being is affected in the home with relationships. Sometimes our mental well-being is affected in the workplace. Often we need to try and compartmentalize a situation. One thing that I do, a strategy that I do, is I will try and sit down and I will try and find, well, okay, here are a number of positives from this situation. Here are some negatives from this situation. I try to always find some of the positives. I try to sit back and say, well, okay, what am I worrying about? Where can I get some information, or who could I talk to that might give me a fuller picture? It might be through a friend, it might be through professional guidance. I think the other thing is, I know Dr. Datta is a great believer in this, and that is yoga, of actually finding strategies in your life which actually allow you to take basically some deep breaths and, calm yourself. In each day, we need some switch off time, whether it's a walk in the garden, a walk outside. Some people go for a run listening to music. We all have different safety valves. I call these our safety valves. Mentally, every one of us needs a safety valve. It might be music, it might be family, it might be friends, it might be being alone. Some of us find that when we're alone, that allows us to relax and get away from some of this mental stress. For other people, they actually want to be with a lot of people. That's what actually helps the stress melt away. But what you've touched on here is that this issue is one where we need strategies. We can't take a tablet and get away from mental anxiety. We need to find our own strategies. And in the workplace, there will be times where we are under stress and we are mentally anxious about something. Or if you're studying, or if your income has fallen dramatically, as has happened with the coronavirus, people have suddenly got a whole heap of stress. How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay my weekly and monthly bills? We need to find personal strategies. We need to find people that we can trust, that we can talk with, and maybe unburden some of the stresses. And in certain circumstances, we may even need professional help. In certain circumstances, not always, but there may be certain situations where really we need professional advice. And it's down to our personal judgments and what we feel comfortable with. I always say, do what you feel most comfortable with. Think about it, take small steps, but don't bottle it up. If you just bottle it up, sooner or later, you'll explode. we say in English, a problem shared is a problem halved. Sometimes if with a close colleague or a close friend or a fiance, a wife, a partner, a husband, whoever, sometimes we need to unburden. And mental health is a very important factor in all life. Sadly, there is a stigma about it in some cultures and in some communities. Some of us get a little bit anxious about talking about our mental health. We have to be realistic about that there are limitations. But I do say, for each of us, everyone participating today, find your safety valve. What is your safety valve? Is it going for a run? Is it exercising, going to the gym, listening to music? You know, make sure you use a safety valve in life. It's vital. But thank you for your question. Fantastic.
Yep.
Brilliant. It's good that you're thinking along those lines.
Understand now. I'm very clear now.